Coach Mick Cronin and Gary Clark. Coach, your thoughts on the tournament and then on your postseason path that you have in front of you.
Can I just do the tournament and then we'll let him go and I'll do the end?
Of course.
Well, first of all, congratulations to SMU. I've been telling people how good they are for a long time. They made it look easy, which is hard to do against our defense. Really, really hard to do against our defense. And that's a credit to them, their talent, their execution. So I give them all the credit in the world. They were just a better team today.
Okay, we'll take questions for Gary. If you raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you, please. Bill.
Gary, why do they have so much success keeping you guys away from the basket? That's their modus operandi, I guess. But try anything different to try to get in there and get more shots?
You know, going in, we knew they were like overhelp team, so they're always looking to help each other. So a lot of times we were trying to, you know, back screen them and set flares and so forth. So, you know, they just were playing hard, you know, and executing their defensive game plan.
Pat.
Gary, can you talk about the start of the game? Obviously, you guys weren't shooting the way you'd like. They got out to 11-2 run. Did you guys still feel like you were going to win it at that point? And where did you feel like the game turned?
Of course, as competitors, you know, you don't think it's over at all until the horn sounds. But when they're hitting shots, you got to be able to come together as a unit and get stops. You know, their execution on offense, you got to execute on defense and get stops. And just, you know, we're scrambling around, you know, trying to cause havoc and get steals and deflections, and they just kept executing.
How disappointing is it to go into the tournament on a game like that, or can you just put that behind you? I guess you have to. Does that make you more determined to make a good run in the tournament, or does it have any effect at all?
As a team, it's more learning, and we have to look at film and prepare, you know, for our next game, you know. But of course, you have to put it behind you as a team, and just know some of the places that we need help on, and you know, to fix it, you know, because in the next couple games, it's just, you know, you win or go home. So there's no room for error.
One or two more for Gary?
Or none.
Or none? Gary, thank you. Oh.
Go ahead, Hoops.
Oh, go ahead, Zach. Yeah.
We went on the board, and I just came in here. So I've had like 10 seconds to think about it. You know, I've told you, you know, everything I need to say about that stuff. What I would tell you is it Kansas State and Wake we play the winner of? That I haven't seen Kansas State. I think I only saw Wake play Xavier for scouting purposes. So I don't know much about either one of them, Hoops. I'm just going to focus on basketball. We had an unbelievable year. We won 29 games. SMU won 30 games. I think it's pretty obvious that nobody was really impressed with that. I don't know what else to say. With that being said, you know, I don't want the story to be about something I say. You know, we've had a great year, and I'm going to focus on coaching my team, trying to go out there and win 2 games for our 3rd trip to the Pacific Coast time zone in the last 4 years of the NCAA Tournament.
Coach, you're one of, I think, 7 teams that have been to the NCAA tournament for the last 7 straight years. Can you just talk about the program and the continuity you guys have had, and where you feel this team is in that continuity?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you bringing that up. We take a lot of pride in the consistency, because what I will expound upon is the way we try to operate our program is graduation is important, player development is important, human development is important, continuity of players, loyalty to players, 4-year players a lot of times. Not that we wouldn't take a guy that wanted to come if he was a McDonald's All-American, and he was a one-year player, but we don't believe in sacrificing what the university hired me to do 11 years ago, which was establish integrity and a culture in our program. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And I was well aware of that. So it hasn't been easy because it's not easy to do, to get really good kids, to graduate everybody, and continue to win. It's very, very hard to do. So we take a lot of pride in the way we do things because we know how hard it is. And people in our business know how hard it is. And I keep using the term we because I have a great coaching staff. I have Antoine Jackson has done a great job developing with us, and Larry Davis is a head coach. He just happens to be on my staff. I doubled his salary, so he came with me. And Darren Savino and I are in the same career path. He's a head coach. He's on my staff. He just got derailed when things went bad for Fran Fraschilla at New Mexico, and I was fortunate to be able to scoop him up. So it's a team effort in what we do, and we take a lot of pride in it. It's not easy, and it's not easy to do it the way we do it. Winning's one thing, winning and graduating everybody and trying to have really good kids and represent our university the way and being a positive window to the world when people think about the connotation about Cincinnati basketball. We've worked really hard to get that into a positive light, and that's why we're fortunate we got CBS following us around because I want people to realize the great kids that we have on our team.
To Bill.
Is there a downside, and what is it to having to travel that far to get ready for this tournament?
A couple of my best friends in the world live on the West Coast, so maybe that's the only good thing. They're going to get to come to the game. Here's the downside, and this is not just for us. My players' families. Troy Copain, 3 of the 4 years, he and Kevin Johnson and Zach Tolbert go to the NCAA Tournament. They're in Spokane twice and Sacramento once. That's really not easy for their families to be able to get to those games. That's we don't believe, other than that, and that's a big thing, but other than that, we don't believe in excuses. So that won't be talked about at all by our team.
One more coach over here.
Mick, forgive me if I missed the very beginning, but I wanted to ask you, you talk about each game is unique. You've said that many times. Now, what do you take out of today's game then? Again, you've won 29 games. And
I think it's a great lesson, Gresh.
Yeah.
And each game is unique because, in a 7-game series, you come out and miss the shots that we missed, especially in the first half. And a team makes a lot of hard shots against you. And they're good. You can't just come back. You can't just they're too good. You're not just going to get them to start throwing the ball away all the time. You're not just going to jump over them and get every rebound. They're an elite team. So you're probably going to lose that game. That's what makes this tournament that we're going in, this tournament or any college basketball environment, what it is, because it's a one-game shot. It's a one-game shot, and it's important. The lesson we'll take from it is making sure at the beginning of the game that you're ready to go, because we dug ourselves a hole, and I knew it was going to be really hard to climb out against them. Because then what happens is their confidence goes up. We're missing ours, gets shaken a little bit. You got to try to make sure you get off to a good start. But today was pretty simple. They were just a better team today. They shot the ball in. They even shot guarded shots in. We didn't. We missed a lot of open shots. That's just they were the better team.
One last one for Coach here.
How about playing Friday, Sunday versus Tuesday versus Thursday, Saturday? Does that matter?
Tuesday.
Does that matter because you have to go so far?
I think any advantage of playing Fridays out the window with having to travel to the West Coast probably.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Congratulations. Best of luck in the postseason.
Thank you.